I don't see us.
We finna be on in 1 second.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody.
No,
It's
not yet.
yeah, it gotta kick in. Ain't that something?
Okay, here we are. And we're live. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm sharing and thanking everyone for tuning in today. Hey, Jameca.
Hello. How are you?
It's Monday. I'm
It's
good.
Monday.
It's been a
It's
good
Monday.
weekend.
Yeah, it was a
It
real
was a good weekend. We had the NAACP Freedom Fund.
And it was beautiful.
It was.
It was
It
beautiful.
was.
You were the keynote speaker and gave some really powerful, encouraging words. And so it was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So
Yesterday,
here we go
got our
today.
praise on.
Yeah.
So, I could have used a day off from the weekend.
Okay, well,
I could have, but
didn't happen.
no, that
And now
doesn't
we're
happen.
ready to go. And what we're talking about today, Jameca, because there's a lot to talk
There's a lot
about.
to talk about, but I think today it's important for us to start off talking about because I know that a lot of people have started receiving their absentee ballots.
Okay.
And so I think it's important for us to talk about voting, the importance of voting, and how to vote.
Hmm.
People are like voting for the first time. People are voting, and they sort of changed some rules for the primary, and we just want to make sure people aren't confused on voting. And we want to make sure that people are selecting the candidate that they want to select.
Right. Right.
And so that's what I think that we should talk about today. I
I'm going to
know,
talk about what I want to do too now.
and I know
Okay.
I was going to say, and I know we wanted to talk about your platform, and I know that that's something that we
Because that's why we
talking
want people
about,
to get out and vote.
and that's why we
And
want
you
people
can
to
go
get
and
out
vote
and vote.
now.
Yeah.
You can go and vote right now at City Hall.
Hmm.
I mean, you can still get absentee applications and get your ballot in the mail, but you can go and vote at City Hall right now, up in the clerk's office.
And some important things for people to know are that you can register and vote the same day.
Yes.
So if you have kids who haven't voted, or if you yourself have never voted, you can register and vote at the same day at the same time
Mm-hmm.
in the clerk's office at City Hall.
Okay.
There's one rumor that's always floating around, or one inaccuracy that's always floating around, is about if you have a felony in Michigan,
Right. You
you
can
can
vote.
vote with the felony.
You can
So
vote.
vote, make your vote known. We need you to vote because
You
there
need
are
a
some,
voice at the table.
you need to have a voice at the table because there are some legislation that needs to be changed or looked at, and we need your vote. We need you to say what you want and who you want in office. So we need those things. We need to vote. I know that, and I was a little um foggy about this, so help me with this one if you can. So in the primary, you had to vote party
You had
lines,
to vote either straight Democratic or Republican. You could not vote for individuals on different parts.
but in this election that's
You
coming
can
up
vote.
in
Yeah,
November,
I mean, you
can.
can vote straight ticket if you want to. You can vote
Mhm.
straight Democrat. You can vote straight Republican, or you can say I'm voting for this Democrat. I'm not voting for that one. I'm voting for this one, or I'm voting for. I mean, you can pick and choose.
Which is and that's helpful because I've never been a vote straight party. I like to research each person
Right.
and vote for who I want to vote for.
Okay.
And so in this election, we can do that.
Yes, you can.
And I think it's also important for people to know that the mayoral election is nonpartisan.
It's nonpartisan.
Right.
And so, it was funny because there were a lot of people that, if you look at the last election, there were a lot of people that didn't vote for mayor, but thought that they had because they said, well, I voted, straight Democratic. Right?
Mhm.
And it's like mayor is nonpartisan. So we're not part of any ticket, whether it's Democrat or Republican. We are on the front of the ticket, but we're at the bottom on the front,
Mhm.
where it's nonpartisan and it has mayor.
Mhm.
And so you'll see both our names there.
Mhm.
So if you vote a straight ticket, whatever it is, you still have to vote separately for the mayor. It's on that ballot, but it's not covered by a party.
Mhm.
So that's what people need to know.
So that's important. It's important for people to know that. So if you vote straight party ticket, you still need to go to that bottom of that form and bubble in Karen Weaver for mayor. You
Right.
need to bubble in your person for
Right.
mayor.
Exactly. So we want people to get out and vote. Like I said, you can go now. Take somebody with you to the clerk's office, but make your voice heard and make your voice count.
Mm-hmm.
And so go and vote. Go and vote and go vote now.
And please do. Please take somebody with you. Let's double up those votes. Take your kids. Take their friends. Take your neighbor. Take, the person who sits two pews behind you at church.
Mm-hmm.
Take somebody with you to vote because
Right.
this is that important. And vote now. I encourage people to vote now because people get busy
Right.
and things happen.
And you don't know what the weather will be like
You'll know what the weather will be like.
at all.
You'll know how you'll feel that day. You'll know. So just go vote now. Go
And
on and get
vote
it out of the
because
way.
and vote because we deserve better. We deserve better.
Mhm.
And oh, is that might be
The my
hmm
the
if we can show. Yeah, thank you. This is because so here it is. So here's the partisan section where it has, you
The
can vote
straight
straight
ticket.
Democrat, straight Republican, straight what all of these different parties are.
And if you do that, if you vote the partisan section, then
Right.
then
You still have to go down to where mayor is, which is down here at the bottom.
Mhm.
It's down at the bottom,
Make sure
but
I
it's
make
on
this.
the front. And so it's on the bottom of the front of the ballot. It's
Mhm.
on the bottom. It where it says, where is it now? This is
Because this is a mile.
right.
It's not long like the thing.
So it's like that. And
Yeah.
so mayor is the last one where it says city. It says mayor. And then there are the names for mayor.
Mhm.
And so if you vote a straight ticket, we just want you to know you still have to vote for mayor. You still
Yes,
have to
you.
vote for judge. There are some things you still have to vote for,
Mhm.
probably board of education,
Mhm.
things that aren't on a party that aren't
On
covered
a
that
party
way.
line.
But yeah, we deserve better.
We do. We deserve
Right.
better.
And we deserve some truth. We deserve some honesty. We deserve transparency. And we haven't been getting it. We haven't been getting it from the mayor that's in office. There have been so many things that he has not been truthful with this community about. And that's one of the things that I do want to do is let everybody know what is going on, what's actual and factual, and what we want to do. What is it? We've talked about what?
We've no, I'm just thinking when you're talking about transparency, my
Mhm.
mind is going to some of those things. And I know that you wanna like expand a lot of that stuff. I've heard you say, with communication and different things, you want to expand that kind of stuff. But those making sure that information is going out on the website about things like pipe replacement and things like that, making sure that when we're reporting crime stats, we're not just reporting non-fatals, we're reporting everything.
Exactly.
We're not just reporting fatals.
Right.
We're also reporting non-fatals so that
Because
people
we
have
know
an
about
understanding.
crimes that take place. We hear about it.
Mhm.
But you don't hear about it on mainstream media. So here we go again. Shout out to 810
Shout out to 18.
810 News Media Group, and thank you, Mickey, for helping
Yes.
us bring this because this is important. And people need to know what is going on in their community. They need to know that, whether we're talking about crime, whether we're talking about where we are with the pipe replacement and our water quality,
Mhm.
they need to know about economic opportunities that should be available. They need to know about ARPA funds, and we want to,
And how
this happened so many times, and I know I've talked about it. No, actually four, because even at church yesterday,
Oh.
somebody approached me, gave me their contact information, and they were talking about needing help with their home, and they talked about air just blowing through their windows, something being wrong with their roof. Yeah, you were with me when we were walking, and it was we were walking and another homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do? They had gotten an estimate.
Yeah,
They had done the
they
inspection.
got an inspection and bought the home, and come to find out there's things like with the roof and some other things. And she was saying, we need help. Homeowners
And
need
the
help.
estimate was $18,000. We need help. We should be using those ARPA funds to help, and that's one of the things that I really want to do.
And it blows my mind because I know we can.
Well, yeah, we can.
So it blows my mind. Why wouldn't we, when we are giving?
You mean why wouldn't the mayor? Don't say
I'ma
why wouldn't we,
yeah,
because
you're
that's
right.
what I
You're
want
right.
to do. That's
You're
what I
right.
plan on doing.
You're right.
So you better say why doesn't this
why
mayor do
doesn't this
that?
mayor why doesn't this mayor help people? What's wrong with helping people? When you finally have an opportunity, because sometimes you want to, but you can't because you just don't have the resources. But when you have the resources to be able to help people, but you sit.
In some meaningful ways. I mean, $300 on your water bill. Come on now, that's insulting.
Mhm,
That really is insulting with the amount of money that's there and the amount of money that was left that we had talked about using for water credits. And
right.
then, and here's what gets me, Jameca, is all of these things. I'm giving out some more keys to the city. I'm gonna give you
I want
$300.
to know, does those keys unlock houses with roofs that work?
And but my question is, why didn't he do this at the beginning? One of the things I didn't do, or when I was in office, I didn't wait until election time to help people.
Right.
And he
right,
has waited until election time
right.
to give some, like we got that piggy bank settlement, give some piggy bank prizes. It's like you opened up a Cracker Jack box and you got a prize and it's a ring that doesn't fit and you make it fit and it breaks.
And you know what though? But that goes back to ARPA.
Yes.
Why sit on that money until
Okay.
election time and then try to have a press conference every day about, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that?
And
Where was this all these years?
okay, let me say this.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to that. Speaking of press conferences, we have one today in front of City Hall at 2 o'clock. So come out, come out. We'll be there.
We know ATM Media will be there.
We do know that. We do know
So
that.
let's see who else is going to
Well,
show
let's,
up.
Jameca. Yeah, okay, let's see. We shall see. We shall
Yes.
see. But go back to what you were
Well,
saying.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
saying, you want to do a press conference every day and talk about what you're doing with ARPA and what you're doing. Why didn't that happen last year? And what happened to all of that information that people were giving? Because what I'm finding is that when they were having all of those, oh, we can't spend the money because we have to hear from the people. People were saying we need help with our housing. People were saying
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Crime is out of control.
We want a crime prevention plan. And he waited until
Election time.
until election time. Sat on that money when lives could have been saved.
Right.
Sat on that money when you know how it is when something goes wrong with your house. The sooner you address it, the
Right.
cheaper it is and the easier it is. Sat on that money while people's homes were
And
deteriorating.
the more money you save,
Yes.
it doesn't cost as much. It's like early intervention.
Mhm,
I'm not going to wait till the roof falls,
mhm,
but it's some holes,
mhm.
and we can get started and fix that now. I mean, it's gotten cold.
But
And-
sat on that.
Well,
And,
Made 'em
and while
taller.
people's homes while people's homes deteriorated, sat on that money while people's quality of life suffered.
Right.
And you're supposed to be a leader for the people. I don't like that. That's not good.
That's what happened.
And I appreciate the fact that you're not that kind of leader. I appreciate the fact that you're talking with people and already thinking through how to be able to help people. Not just
Because you know what? I want to go in day one and hit the ground running. There's a lot that
and you
needs to
can
be
because
done.
you have the experience.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. So we need to hit the ground running because so much has not been done.
Mhm.
So much has not been done for this community. And so that's why I want to set the record straight and also talk about what it is that I've been hearing from people. This isn't me, Karen, saying, oh, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. Been out there talking to people. And these are the things that they say are important to them and their quality of life, like you said. And when you talk about how even with roofs and doors and windows, the money that would be saved with your consumer's bill, the money that would be saved as far as if you were able to do some of those repairs, that money could have been used for food on your table. That money could have been used for clothes for your kids. That money could have been used for prescriptions. That money could have been used for other things to enhance your gas, your quality of life. But
And
instead,
I'll even say maybe I didn't maybe someone didn't have to pick up that Saturday of
mhm,
overtime to pay that high consumer bill,
exactly.
and they could have spent time with their kids or went to their child's basketball game, or just
Mhm.
something,
Rested.
rested,
You're
rested.
tired when you have to do all of those kinds of things. And so I think it's important to let the people know. Uh, that's one of the things that is very important. That's one of the things I've heard people talking about is investment in their homes. We're trying to keep people in the city of Flint. And when others see us doing those kinds of things, I believe that would make them say, man, I want to be there. I mean, because they're really helping the people.
What we were seeing that, speaking of others saying, man, I really want to be there. I just that just reminds me of the energy that was in this city when you were in the office. It was like this, just like an electricity in the air.
Hmm.
Like people were excited about Flint. People were coming here. People were now it's so dreary. And so that's one of the other things that just engaging the community is what I'm looking forward to seeing you be able to do in that seat again.
Hmm.
Is doing that type of stuff.
I mean, well, we need community engagement because one of the other things that we talk about that's so important, and you hear this as you go around, is coming together and this community coming together and bringing people together. And so that's something else that has to be addressed and that we're going to be working on is how do you bring a community that has been so divided and a lot of the division has been based on lies. Let's just call it like it is. It's been based on lies. And so how do you bridge that gap and start bringing people together? And that's something that we need to talk about and think about. And one of the things is, I mean, I would love to hear people's suggestions about that. I'd love to hear people's suggestions about what they think when I talk about the ARPA dollars and using it for home investment. That's just one of the things and ways it can be used. We know it can be used to work on public safety, bringing more police officers or having community policing or the latest and greatest technology and equipment for the police officers, lighting up this city, lighting it, cleaning it up. We know it can be used for fixing these raggedy streets. We know that. And then and one day I'll have to talk about those opioid funds that are there, you know, uh, sitting,
Yes, and
sitting.
how are they sitting when
Saying
every
they're
single
sitting next to
day
ARPA,
opioid and ARPA, and every
sitting
day
there.
people are dying from violence and from overdoses.
Mhm. Families are
That's
being
just horrible.
impacted in a bad way,
Right,
in a
children are
bad day
losing their
way.
parents.
Right.
Parents are losing their children.
Hmm. Hmm. And there's money sitting there available for services, for resources, uh, and
Mhm.
for them to sit there and not be utilized. I don't know. To me, that's just.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's just horrible. And I that we deserve better. And so I'm just really hoping that on November 8th or before, people cast their ballot. People show their frustration because the frustration is out there. You
Hmm.
hear about it.
Hmm.
It's time out for letting somebody calmly lie to us.
Hmm.
It's
And
time out for
nobody
that.
checks
And
them.
nobody's checking
I
the
mean,
facts.
that's what gets me is
Mhm.
they don't do any fact checking about this. They just, you know, well, you said it.
I mean, it's time out for that. Like, we need to make sure that we're casting our ballot for our best interest,
Right.
for our best interest. Because I want to know one of the other things that I know that I've always respected about you was that you gave us the information regardless of what the information was. And I need to know that. I need to know what's going on in my neighborhood and in my city,
Where
good or
your
bad.
tax dollars are going, how
Where
they're being used. But
exactly.
you got a CFO that doesn't even have to come and explain about your tax dollars. and what's going on with the finances of this city, and that's being allowed by a mayor. And there's a reason that he's being allowed to not come. There's a reason that he says, okay, if something's going on with you, we don't have a deputy CFO coming and explaining and sitting and talking to the council. Because when you're talking to the council, you're talking to the people as well.
Mhm.
So that just needs to happen.
I just feel like that they're playing politics.
Well, they
Playing
are
politics.
like it's a game.
Right, and so we're not gonna have them come because it's election time.
Right.
And I don't want people to know that we've really been on some shenanigans. We don't want anybody to be able to ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want, no, don't you dare ask a question. And don't even think about asking a tough question. How is that allowed? And I've always said, and I stand firm on this, our elected officials work for us. They work for us. So we have to stop putting people in these seats and then letting them do us any kind of way. And then, um, we can't say anything because that's the mayor or that's this or that's no, 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 no.
Yes, we can. We can
You-
call them out, and we need to
you
call them
what?
out loud. I was talking to a young man today, a businessman,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about the help that they're not getting with entrepreneurship and
Mm-hmm.
businesses. And I was talking to him about what we had been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to let people know we want to go back to those things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Like what is it? What is going on?
right.
Like you work for us and we about to fire you. That's my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just have to we're gonna have to fire some folks. We're gonna have to fire this mayor. We have to.
How do you
Because
fire him? You
you
vote him
vote him
out.
out. You vote him out. That's your employee evaluation. Is voting.
And that's why it's so important. You have to come and vote.
You have to
You know,
vote.
you have to come and vote, and you have to vote for people that have your interest, that have your back. And you know, that's why I want to let people know what are the things that I want to do going back into office. What is important, and how do we move Flint forward? And when we say moving Flint forward, that means the people in all of Flint. It doesn't mean just certain areas of Flint.
North side,
right.
east side, all other sides.
Yeah, I mean, because there's some neglected South Side areas, and the areas that are neglected, it's based on race, but it's based on class. It's a lot of class issues in there because East Side is just as neglected as the North Side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it's an issue of class.
It's an issue of class. You're right.
And we need to address that, and we need to fix that because we need all of Flint to be healthy and not just survive but thrive. And so I have some things that I want to put in place that I want to implement, but we know we need to take care of finishing up the water.
Oh,
we know
yeah.
we need to have those pipes changed.
Yeah.
We need to know. We know we need to be. We've got to stay on that. We have to. But economic development and opportunities are important. Having a safe city and a clean city is important. Addressing mental health issues and the opioid, because drugs and mental health, they go together frequently. And addressing those issues and giving people the services and supports and just making some meaningful impact in our community is what I want to do. And so we're going to have those kinds of conversations. And if it can't get out through a debate, it's going to get out this way. And we're going to come to you as much and as often as we can. And that's why I want people to email us. Put your questions in here. And maybe the next time what we'll do is if there have been some questions, Mickey, we'll address them the next time. Because I want people to know we're listening. It's not falling on deaf ears.
So you want people to email their questions?
Sure.
Since it seems that we're not going to have an opportunity to watch the candidates in a debate, in a live debate, to email the questions.
Sure.
And you want them to send the emails to Karen Williams Weaver at gmail.com.
Yes.
So you guys heard that? You got questions about, what her direction is going to be for the city, or any particular questions, specific questions, email them to Karen Williams Weaver
And if they're in the
at
chat,
gmail.com.
we'll get them.
Or if they're in the chat. Yep. If
I still don't have lunch, but okay.
You know what? You're right, because I'm so sorry. I was supposed to have it,
and we're gonna do it next
we're
time.
gonna do it because one question was it Becky Brown was it going to be a debate? and I was finna type to her and be like,
Well, we just answered that question.
"Yeah," so I couldn't even.
Make no mistake. Let me ask you: Are you willing to debate?
Jameca.
I just want to
We
make sure
already met
everybody
about
clear.
that. Come on.
I'm just. This isn't for me. This is for them. I know we met about it. I know we had dates
We agreed.
set up. I know
What are
we
you talking
agreed
about?
to dates.
Okay.
I know that, but I want to know.
So now
for,
they
this
know.
is for them. So
Now
now
they
they
know.
know. Okay.
This, and we're having a press conference. Stop telling everything.
Okay. Come to the press conference.
2:00. 2:00.
Where's it
Be
gonna be
there.
at again at 2 o'clock?
City Hall.
City Hall. I'll be there at 1:30 waiting on you.
Yeah, because we need some media,
I'll be there.
and we need media we can count on to be there. So come on out. Come on out. I'm looking forward to that. But I'm looking forward to continuing to, have conversation with the people. So that's, yes.
No, y'all got 2 minutes. I was just saying.
Oh, he's letting us know our
It's
time.
12:28. Yeah,
Okay.
It goes by pretty fast.
So do when people late.
Ooh, and he's not talking about me.
Here we go. I just can't come and do the thing and okay. I would. Okay. I ain't even gonna say
We're gonna work on it
We're gonna
next
work on
Monday,
it.
right? We're gonna
Yeah.
work on it next Monday.
If we had some lunch, I was hungry.
If you wasn't late, I could have thought about getting it.
Okay, well, you could.
I promise.
You see?
I'm
Why
sorry.
is she eating
here?
lunch?
Right,
I'm
I was
sorry.
here.
You right. But
See?
I'm trying to make
And-
sure.
So we have a minute left. Any last thoughts? or-
I'm gonna continue to get my information out to you any way that I can. Like I said, email us, put it. If there's some things we missed, Mickey will let us know. But I want to bring you my information as much as possible, and maybe I'll see you as I'm knocking on your door. Because I've been enjoying that and hearing what the people need. So I'm still asking for your support. I'm asking that you go vote now, vote early, take someone with you. It's important. And we don't need to be lied to anymore. We need the truth because, one thing we know is the truth matters. The truth matters. The truth is important, and we deserve to have the truth. So I'm going to thank everybody for tuning in today. I thank you for coming, Jameca. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next Monday. Same place, same time.